Greetings and welcome to Monster Legends, and another special feeding episode. This time we're going to be feeding a lady that I put together from cells gained from battleground wins. And of course one horrible step-on that we got 5 from. But it was enough to put her together with some Elementium. This is Talany! And of course she showed up with lots of open rune slots, so she's very, very welcome to the family. She's a legendary, she's thunder, I hear she's good. We're about to find out. And I have a spot for her down here on the island. She's going to be hanging out with Auntie Entity and Ivy. And for now, one of the Tims. Okay, and I do seem to see that she's kind of maybe missing an evolution. Yeah, unfortunately, it's a terrible plague that's getting more common these days. Okay, so where is she now? Okay, Sango. No, I'm not going to be calling her Sango. Haven't thought of a name for her yet, but I'm sure one will come to me as I play her. Anyway, this is Talany. She is a legendary. She is thunder. She is tough. So she has a 35% chance to resist those nasty negative status effects. All right, let's check out her stats. Power, very good. That's a very good power. That's a very good life, too. Very good life. And the speed is not too bad either. These are some really good stats. These are some really, really good stats. Let's check out some skills here. All right, we have Dragon Hunter. Deals low physical damage to one enemy. And we have the Noble Warrior. Deals moderate thunder damage to one enemy. And that special skill that she lit up the world with. Low Storm. Deals insane thunder damage and applies stun to all enemies. That sounds pretty good to me, especially with that power that she has. A warrior who can make her own weapons out of thunder? It can only be Talany. Talany's an independent fighter. She doesn't accept orders from anybody. She battles only to prove herself. Okay. Well, that and money are a good way of handling it. I thought that's where we were going when she was like an independent fighter. I thought she was like a mercenary. But I guess she just fights to prove that she's strong. Okay, well, let's prove that she's strong. First, we're going to feed her up to level 4. Okay, which apparently is her final form. Yeah, that's unfortunately getting more and more common, isn't it? Lazy! Okay, so let's get going with the skills because I hear she's got some good ones. We're starting at level 7. Small game hunting. Deals moderate thunder damage to one enemy. And it's high thunder damage, so we're just going to take that because we got no choice, right? I'm sure we'll get upgrades. Alright, let's continue to level 10 and another skill. Dragon Hunter Stance. Applies a 25% shield and Dragon Hater to itself. 0-0. Okay, alright, that's kind of interesting. Could keep herself perpetually on a shield and Dragon Hater. I'm sure there'll probably be something better with Dragon Hater in there. Although Dragon Hater is kind of strange in terms of, well, it's not strange. I mean, it's just kind of very specific. If it gets thrown in with something else, that could be very good. I'm kind of thinking like what Shork has, where he's got the Water Hater and then he gets the extra turn, you know. Kind of nice that way, but you never know, there might be some kind of like group thing coming. I guess we're going to find out. So let's continue to level 15. Energy Bowstrings. Deals moderate thunder damage to all enemies. Okay, 0 cooldown on that one. I'm just going to throw that in the first spot. Obviously, we're not going to be keeping it, but it's good that we get something like that early on. Alright, let's continue to level 20, where there's doubtless another skill waiting for us. Trophy Hunting. Deals very heavy thunder damage to one enemy. Applies shock to one enemy. Alright, I'm going to put that there because that is pretty darn good. Is something better than that coming? Okay, we'll see. I wouldn't mind ending with that one. That's just pretty good right there. Alright, let's continue to level 25, which would normally be the final form, but of course we already hit it. Rainbow. Oh, I see what you did there. Deals moderate thunder damage to all enemies. Applies shock to all enemies. 1 round cooldown. Are you kidding me? Alright, I'm going to throw that there from now because apparently, yeah, bowstrings, bow, yeah, I mean, that's obviously an upgrade. I don't know if we get anything better, but we still have that 100k skill swapping thing going on for a limited period of time, of course. All right, let's continue. So far, looking really good, the damage dealing here. So let's get to level 30 and see what's there. Is that D supposed to be there? Scalds? Because I can understand dragon scales. I can't understand what that is. Scalds. Anyway, applies a 33% life shield, dragon hater, and damage boost to itself. Okay, see, that's better. I don't know if I'm going to keep it, but I would definitely keep it over that one. I do understand like the 0 cooldown and the, you know, the what's the name of it, the no stamina are good. But I mean, this one has some better stuff to it. You know, it's got a better life shield, and it's got the damage boost along with Dragon Hater. I don't know if I end up keeping it in the end, but it's obviously better than that one. All right, let's continue to level 35. Dragon Armor. Okay, applies 33%. It looks like the same thing, except double damage instead of... It's not giving me the amount of time. See, damage boost would usually last for 2 turns or so, but the double damage would usually last for 1 or 2. It really depends. But in this case, obviously, you're going to swap them. I mean, if you, it's the same thing except double damage, so you kind of got to go with that. Right, all right. I'm obviously going to take that one. I mean, double damage is great. Just really great. Did it say? Oh, it's 1 turn. It's 1 turn. Okay, but you use your big one for that 1 turn, right? All right, let's continue to level 40. And another skill. Thunder Longbow. Lots of bows around here. Deals heavy thunder damage to all enemies. Applies shock to all enemies. All right, that's actually... Wow, that's actually really interesting because both of them are really good, but they do the same thing. But I mean, you're not going to get rid of Rainbow because Rainbow, you know, is really good damage and it's a 1-round cooldown. I mean, I don't need that one for sure, right? I'd like the first one in the big spot. I'm going to put Rainbow up there. I'm going to hope that Thunderbow comes along again. It's just I like the first one being the really big one, right? I'll use gold if I have to because I can do that now, right? All right, if I get the next one, I'll put it in the 3rd spot, assuming nothing else pops up. We might get one more new one, but we've been pretty good with getting new ones, so we'll see. All right, 45. That's what I wanted to do. Right there, right there. Of course, we are getting a lot of shock going on, but shock is pretty good, actually. Besides, it's more the damage with her, especially considering she can put double damage on herself. All right, I don't know if we got anything else. We'll have to see. I'm thinking there might be an upgrade for the single target one, because we've had that for a while. Yeah, I thought so. Big game hunting, deals insane thunder damage to 1 enemy, applies shock to 1 enemy. All right. Obviously, we're going with that one, right? I mean, yeah, obviously. Okay, that's a lot of damage. It's shock damage and it's all thunder, but that's a lot of damage. All right, I am pretty confident that we got everything for her. Pretty confident we got everything for her. Yeah, I think that's supposed to be scales, you know. Really, guys, you know, spelling. Spell check, you know what I mean? All right, let's continue and finish at level 60. Yeah, spelling. All right, I'm pretty darn sure we got everything. Right, trophy hunting was the last one up. Okay, so I figured as much. Okay, she does a lot of damage. All right, let's take a look at the stats. Okay, so the power is really good. Life is really good. Speed is really nice there. Okay, so she's the full package there, isn't she? And she does a lot of damage. A lot of damage. All right, let's take a look at the skills and see that damage in action. Okay, we're starting off with this one. Thunder Longbow. Deals heavy thunder damage to all enemies. Applies shock to all enemies. Okay, shock is a dot. It does something else too. I forget exactly what it does, but it's a good dot. It's a very good dot. So this, it's only a 2-round cooldown. Does have a little bit of high on the stamina, but it's not really that bad. But the thing about it is that this is a lot of damage right up front. And then a dot on top of it, really, really good. Next we have, speaking of a lot of damage, Big Game Hunting. Deals insane thunder damage to one enemy, applies shock to one enemy. All right, so basically her 3 damage ones are all going to put shock on. So it's really the damage you want and also keeping the dot on them, right? That's a lot of damage. Single target, 2-round cooldown. Yeah, her skills are not too bad with that at all. 2-round cooldown, 2-round cooldown. And the next one, of course, Rainbow. Deals moderate thunder damage to all enemies, applies shock to all enemies. You know, for a lot of monsters, that would be their best group attack right there. Especially since it's a 1-round cooldown. But the thing is, she has this one too. So you can lead with this one, and then come back with this one and do a lot of damage with both of them. And then, of course, she has this. Dragon Armor. Applies a 33% life shield to itself. Dragon Hater. And double damage to itself. So basically a small shield, right? Double damage. The double damage only lasts for 1 turn, so you're probably going to save that for Thunder Longbow. Or 1 target Big Game Hunting, right? That'll really wreck somebody. And then, of course, Dragon Hater. If Dragon Hater works as the other haters do, it's about 3 times damage against dragon-type creatures. You want to know a dragon-type creature? Well, you know, it's in the book, right? It's going by the book right there. So there's a lot of creatures who you wouldn't necessarily think would fall into that category, but if you're interested, you go to the library, you look up the book, and just see who's in there. Wow, okay, she's got a lot of damage. A lot of damage. So yeah, in terms of runes, I'm going damage. Now the thing is, I might want to put some extra speed on her too, because she can do damage really quickly. She's got multiple group attacks. So you know what? In her case, I'm actually thinking about 2 damages and a good old speed on that. Because the thing about it is, if she can keep doing those group attacks, get the first 2 out really fast, she can do a lot of damage. A lot of damage. So yeah, I mean, she's really good. She's got, the only weakness I would say that she has is the fact that her damage is all thunder. She doesn't have any special damage. I don't think there was any. I don't remember seeing any. Okay, that's a buff. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's the only thing I would say that's a little bit of a weakness. So if her target is someone who is strong against thunder damage, she's not going to do quite as well. And she doesn't have any other options regarding that. But let me tell you something. If her target is weak to thunder damage, oh man, that's going to hurt. You know, that's the thing about it is, I know her thing is she's a dragon hunter and such, but you know, because she's wearing like a dragon skull. But if that had been if she'd been giving out like a weakness to thunder or something like that, she'd just be ridiculous. Really, she already is kind of ridiculous. I mean, she's got a great power. She's got a very good life, considering that she's a damage dealer. And she's not a glass cannon, in other words. Someone with those kind of skills you would figure would be like a glass cannon. She's not. And she's got a speed that's actually really not so bad at all. So that's the reason I would want to take advantage of that, you know? Because she does have the group attacks. And if she can get those first 2 off, you know, this one and this one off, she could do a lot of damage. So the thing about it, and also putting the dot on too, the shock dot. So yeah, I mean, she's really, really good. Unfortunately, I just did a testing video, so it's going to be a while, but it may not be too long of a while, because I do have Scrap Warrior coming, and we may be able to dig somebody else up once I have the spot for them, right? So anyway, this is Talany, and she's actually really good. Really, really good. And I can't wait to start testing with her when that time does come. So anyway, thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games, because games are fun. See ya.